Hello guys, in this particular video we will learn the numerical based AC analysis. So I have taken example on Mumbai University May 2015 ka question paper, and in that they have asked us find the value of voltage gain, input resistance and output resistance. By applying AC analysis only we can move towards this particular finding. Let's proceed further. So your step number 1 is not exactly AC analysis, because for AC analysis first we have to understand that if we move further directly towards the AC analysis, we will get the value as GM into RD as your AV, that is voltage gain. But what's the value of GM? GM is the DC parameter, right? So basically GM value we will be getting once we get the value of VGS, because GM is nothing but GMO into 1 minus VGS divided by VP the whole square. VGS divided by VP. And in enhancement type of MOSFET, that becomes Kn into 1 VGS minus VTH. That will be the value for GM, right? So once we get the value of GM, then only then we can calculate the value of AV. So for getting the value of GM, we have to move towards the DC analysis first, and then only then we'll jump towards the AC analysis. So we can say that for AV we have to know the value of GM. For GM we have to know the value of VGS, and for VGS we have to go for DC analysis, right? So first of all we have to go for DC analysis. So your step number 1 will be DC analysis, and step number 2 will be AC analysis. And after that automatically we will be getting what is the voltage gain, what will be the input resistance and what will be the output resistance. Okay, so let's move towards the first part, that is DC analysis. Keep this in mind that while performing this complete MOSFET as an amplifier with common source, common gate or common drain any mode, you have to move further for AC analysis. Without proceeding with DC analysis it is not at all possible. So in DC analysis we make sure that all open circuit, all coupling capacitors and bypass capacitors. Once I open all coupling and bypass capacitance, I can say that yes, input has nothing to do with the circuit, output has nothing to do with the circuit has nothing to do with input and output. Good. So I can say this circuit I will redraw, and I'll make sure that I won't get this value of 100 ohm, right? So because this capacitor, once it is open, that 100 ohm has also nothing to do with this particular circuit. 100 ohm will not interfere with my circuit of DC analysis. So with this we will be getting 1K, this is 1.2K, this is plus 10 volts, right? And obviously we haven't connected this with your input side as well as the output side. So this is your minus 10 volts. Okay, so far so good. 100K. Okay, let's start with the DC analysis. In the DC analysis we directly find out the value of your input KVL. With the input KVL we'll get to know that what is the value of VGS in terms of ID. So we'll get VGS is equal to minus 10 minus ID into 1K. That will be the first equation. Second equation we will be getting through the MOSFET equation of saturation current. So assume that we are applying for saturation current, right? Assume transistor operating in saturation region. If transistor is operating in saturation region, we'll get to know that ID is equal to Kn into VGS minus VTH the whole square. the value which is given VTH is equal to 0.7 volts and Kn is equal to 1 milliampere per volt square. So we'll just use these values over here. We'll get to know that what will be the value of ID in terms of quadratic equation. So solve this quadratic equation using VGS is equal to 0.7, Kn is equal to 1 milli, and come to me once you get the values of ID1 and ID2, right? So pause this video and start calculating the values of ID by this quadratic equation ID1 and ID2 and then come to me. 1 milli VGS is equal to 1 minus that ID is equal to not known to me ID into 1K minus 0.7 the whole square. So it forms 1 milli into 9.3 minus ID into 1K the whole square. Okay, so this will be your ID into 1K is equal to 9.3 minus ID into 1K the whole square. Okay, so we solve this equation. So we have got the values of ID1 is equal to 12.89 milliampere and ID2 is equal to 6.71 milliampere. Now out of that, which value I should have to select, right? In DC analysis, we just calculate what the value of VGS. If the value of VGS is greater than 0.7, that is threshold voltage, then I will consider that particular value of ID. Otherwise, I will discard that value of ID. So this value will give me the value of VGS which is greater than 0.7. This value is giving me the value which is less than even 0. So current will not flow, but current is showing minus 12.89, right? So that is not a true value. So I will take this value as VGS is greater than 0.7, that is greater than threshold voltage of MOSFET. Okay, so from equation from 2 and 1 we will be getting, we'll get the value of VGS is equal to 10 minus 6.7 milli into 1K. So it comes out to be 3.3 volts. So my VGS value is 3.3 volt. Now you don't have to deal with complete DC analysis. If it is not asked the value of Q point, then you don't have to move further for DC analysis. Once we get the value of VGS, just we'll move further to calculate the value of GM, right? So step number 2 here, calculation of GM, right? So we'll use the formula of GM. What is the value of GM? GM is nothing but the Kn multiplied by VGS minus VTH, right? Rather 2 into Kn, right? So we will be getting this particular value. Now just make use of this particular equation. Kn is equal to 1 milli. So here we will be getting 2 milli multiplied by VGS is equal to 3.3 minus 0.7. So calculate the value of GM. GM will be 5.2 milliampere per volt square. This is the value of GM we have got, right? So just note that this is equation number 3. Somewhere we have to use that value of GM into your AC analysis. So we'll move towards the step number 3 for AC equivalent model. So we'll directly draw the AC equivalent model, as I know that this particular given circuit is of bypassed capacitor, CS mode bypassed capacitor. But hold on, here 100 ohm we have to make it in our picture of AC equivalent model that should be connected in series with your input and gate. Okay, so here I can say that your resistance, first of all we'll draw the, okay, so as far as AC equivalent model is concerned, this is our the circuit, which is the given circuit as a question, and then we want to form AC equivalent model. Here only the change is we have 100 ohm is placed in series with Vs and Vgs. Okay, so what change we have to make? We just split the value of AV is equal to VO divided by VI into VI divided by Vs. Okay, so here we require the knowledge of 5 fingers, as we have already mentioned that. 5 finger means first is Ohm's law, second is your VDR, third is your CDR, fourth is your KCL, and fifth is your KVL, right? So Ohm's law, voltage divider rule, current divider rule, Kirchhoff's current law, Kirchhoff's voltage law. If you have knowledge about these 5 fingers, 5 laws, that is called as the 5 fingers in my language, then you can easily derive any value, any parameter in your AC model, right? So as far as AC equivalent model is concerned, this is your AC equivalent model. Okay, so we'll calculate first of all value of voltage gain. Okay, so in our case, voltage gain AV is equal to VO divided by VI, but required is, but for required gain, that is AVS. S means with source resistance. So if we say voltage gain with source resistance, that will be come out to be VO divided by VS, and I can split this into two parts, VO divided by VI into VI divided by VS. I know that VO divided by VI for bypassed circuit is VO divided by VI is equal to minus GM into RD parallel RO, right? We can easily calculate the particular value VO divided by VI, but how to calculate VI divided by VS? Okay, so we will say VI divided by VS. Looking at this particular AC model, we can easily say that by just applying one of the 5 fingers, that is VDR, we can say this RG divided by RG plus 100 ohm, right, multiplied with VS is equal to VI, right? So VI is nothing but RG divided by RG plus 100 ohm. I can say this will be your value of VI divided by VS. So this is achieved by VDR, that is voltage divider rule. Okay, so just calculate this particular value. RG is equal to 100 kilo ohm, that is mentioned. So 100k divided by 100k plus 100, that will be nearly equal to 1 only. So even if we neglect this value of 100 ohm, that will also doesn't matter much in your calculation part, right? So still we'll calculate 100 divided by 100k plus 100, 0.999 obviously. So just you'll have to multiply with this particular calculation. If this calculation is come out to be RO, if it is not given, we'll say that if not given, RO becomes infinity. If RO is equal to infinity, I can say that RD parallel RO becomes RD only, right? So this becomes minus GM into RD. This is equal to GM, already we have calculated that 5.2 milli, something like that only, right? Here in this case 5.2 milli, right? So 5.2 milli multiplied by RD, that capital RD is 1.2 kilo. So if we multiply, milli ne k ko maar diya, so I'll get 5.2 multiplied by 1.2, 6.24. So value of gain is 6.24 multiplied by 0.999. So ultimately your value of AV with source resistance 100 ohm will be 0.999 multiplied by 6.24, that will come out to be 6.233, right? So there is no much difference between 6.24 and 6.2337. Okay, so that's why your value, we will take it as 6.424 or 6.2337 also, right? So as far as voltage gain is concerned, that is finished. What about Ri and Ro? As far as this AC equivalent model is concerned, we will directly represent this value of Ri. This value of Ri is equal to Rg, and value of Ro is equal to Rd. And Rg and Rd value are already mentioned in this example only. So we'll directly make use of that. So Ro, that is equal to output resistance, is equal to Rd is equal to 1.2 kilo ohm. Okay. Ri is equal to input resistance is equal to Rg, and that is come out to be 100 kilo ohm, which is given. So this is the second and third finding. So we have completed with all findings. So your answer will become AV, that is voltage gain, AVS, is equal to 6.2337, no unit, right? You have to put it with minus sign because negative sign represents the phase shift of 180 degree as far as CS amplifier is concerned. Then input resistance Ri is equal to 100 kilo ohm. Output resistance is equal to 1.2 kilo ohm. So these are nothing but the values which are required as far as question is concerned. So we will wind up here. In the next videos, we will learn more and more examples of AC analysis and learn more and more EDC2 from Ekeeda videos. Thank you so much.